Hi, Matt Catling here, and welcome to Live It Now TV, helping you create freedom in life and business. Well, we had Live It Now on the weekend and another incredible event. I want to say thank you to our team and thank you for everyone that showed up. We raised a lot of money for Bear Cottage, which is very, very exciting, getting very close to our goal of $500,000. And also what's really exciting, in May we're expanding into Melbourne. So the Melbourne people that are on here at the moment, make sure you check out liveitnow.com.au to book your tickets. It's on the 3rd and 4th of May. But today what I want to talk to you about is values. Now, values are so powerful. Values are the things that we hold dearest to us. And so you can imagine, the things that are most important to us, we're probably going to create a lot of order around, or we're going to be really, really disciplined. But the things that aren't necessarily that important to us, that are not a priority, then we'll probably create chaos around this. And so values work is so amazing, because this is where you can work with someone and shift their values and then like everything transforms. So like someone that was procrastinating around health, then suddenly all they can think about is health, or relationships, or business, or career, or one really, really powerful one is money. What I find is that if you've got a business or you're in your career or whatever it is, if you don't have making money as your top 5 values, then you probably won't make money, because the reality is our top 5 values is where we put energy. And a lot of people out there, what they do when it comes to their money, they avoid it at all costs, and then at the last possible kind of end point, then they start to get really detailed and organized around their finances. And that's what we kind of call a bit of away from motivation, or what's driving that is a bit of pain. Whereas when you start to shift your values, then suddenly it's like you switch the energy flow on. And so I've had some great successes with people that have done our trainings by just shifting their values, and then like weeks later their whole financial situation has changed. Or conversely, they're jumping up every morning exercising, or they've attracted a relationship. And so today's segment, I wanted to quickly talk to you about values and give you some strategies on how you can uncover what your values are and really start to work around this particular area. So as I said to you before, values are the things that we hold dearest to us. If you think countries have values as well, and countries would go to war over values. So that's how powerful values are. Like your top values, you'll fight to keep them congruent. And so if we think of a structure, a lot of people talk about decisions and belief systems. Well, what I want to kind of share with you is kind of a hierarchical type of structure. Now, values are kind of the most important thing, okay? And then underneath values are a whole lot of belief systems. Okay, and then under those belief systems, obviously we have a whole lot of references or generalized experiences. So you can imagine, if I'm going to shift my values, say I shift them up, then what's going to occur is all of the belief systems have to change in preparation for that value to stay congruent. So it's one of the fastest ways to shift belief systems at the same time, because in order to shift a value, you're probably going to transform every single belief system that is associated to that particular value. Okay, so values. How do you determine what your values are? And so it's very, very simple. I'm going to give you a bit of a step-by-step process. So step number 1 is grab a journal. And when you grab that journal, you're just simply going to ask this question over and over and over again. And so you're going to ask the question, what is most important to me in whatever area it is? So, for example, if you're wanting to uncover your life values, what you would say is, what is most important to me in life? Now, the key is, you want to answer this based on right now. What is happening right now? And you want to look at your life. Where are you putting all of the energy, okay? What are the things that you think about most? Look at your behaviors, okay? What are you really, really disciplined around? And that's going to give you a bit of a tip off as well. And what you're going to do is you're going to really cycle that question, okay? So step number 1, you're going to grab a journal. Okay, step number 2, you're going to write in that journal this question: what is most important to me around life, if it's your life values that you're wanting to work on, or business, if it's your business values, health, if it's your health values, relationships, and so on, so on, so on. Now, obviously, when you're working on your life values, they're a higher chunk. Okay, so step number 2, you're going to write that question down. Now step number 3, you're going to answer that question over and over and over and over and over again. So imagine you're kind of coaching yourself with this activity. So you're going to ask yourself, if we were working on life values, what is most important to me in life? And then the first answer that comes up, you're simply going to write that down on the page. And then again, you're going to ask the question again, what else is most important to me in life? And remember, it's right now. And then you're going to answer that question again. Okay, and again, what is most important to me in life right now, or health or relationships, whatever the area that you're wanting to work on. And you're going to keep cycling that question over and over and over and over and over again. Now, what will happen is that you'll notice that consistent information starts to come up. Okay, so you'll notice cycles. So it might be that, what's most important to me in life? Well, freedom. What else is most important to me in life? Health. What else is most important to me in life? Relationships. What else is most important to me in life is business. But then something happens. What else is most important to me in life? Then freedom pops up again. Now, what you do is you just keep asking the question over and over and over and over and over again. And you're going to trust your intuition. The first information that comes up, you're just going to simply write it down. Now, what's going to also occur is that you're going to get a time where you go through a blank spot. Now, most people, when it comes to blank spots, they go, I don't know what it is. Okay, you're not going to do that. You're just going to simply be present, because a blank spot, what's occurring is that you're just accessing a different part of your unconscious mind. Now, as you go through the blank spot, you'll notice new information starts to come up. Okay, so you keep asking the question, what else is most important to me in life, health, relationships, whatever the area is. Okay, you go through the blank spot. What's coming up, if you're kind of saying to yourself, I don't know, you may want to ask yourself internally the question, if you did know, what would it be? Okay, then we keep going through these blank spots, and what I say is that you want to go through 4 blank spots. 4 blank spots, and keep going until no new information is coming to the surface. And so what you'll find is that you'll have kind of lists or columns of all of these different values. The next thing that we've got to do, okay, is we've got to now determine what are your top 5 values. Okay, and that's the next step. The next step is, what are your top 5 values? And the easiest way to do it is to go through this list and not really judge it, but just, again, trust your intuition and go through and go, which are the ones that really, really stand out for me? And then just simply putting an asterisk or underlining the ones that really pop up. Okay? And then as you underline the ones that really, really pop up, and remember, these are the things that are important to you right now, not what you'd like to be in the future, right now. Okay? And so you go through this list, the first things that pop up, okay, putting an asterisk next to them, underlining them, whatever you want to do, and we're going to create a short list. Now, once we've created that short list, then you're going to go through and work out, what are my top 5? What are the top 5 most important to me in my life or my business or health or relationships right now? And again, what you're going to do is you're going to open up a new page, and then you're simply going to order them from 1 to 5. Okay? And then this is going to give you an incredible snapshot to your psychology, to your value system. And then you can start to decide, well, what do I need to do? What do I need to do? Are these values going to support my 7-year vision where I'm wanting to go long term? Or do I need to shuffle them to be able to get a bit of a better result in life? Now, we can help you shuffle them. It's kind of hard to do it by yourself, but we can totally help you shuffle them. If you want us to help you shuffle them, I'm happy for you to sit down with one of our coaches. Simply call 1-800-552-168 to book a session with one of our team. Or conversely, a way that you can do it is to look at, okay, what are my rules associated to these values? Okay, well, what has to happen for me to experience health? What has to happen for me to experience relationships, or whatever it is? Okay, and then what you can start to do is uncover the rules of the values that you want to shift, okay, or the values that you want higher. And then simply what you do is that you go out into your life and then set new boundary conditions. Okay, well, if health is now my number 1, what rules do I need to put in place to have that value be number 1? Now, this is kind of the conscious way to do it, and it's a little bit more challenging. The easiest way is to get into the unconscious mind and do that type of shuffle, but it's kind of hard to do it with you over the video here. So I hope that helps. In summary, the first thing that you're going to do is get your journal. Step number 2, you're going to write down the question, what is most important to me in whatever area of life it is? Okay, step number 3, you're then going to go through and answer that question over and over and over and over and over again. And remember, you're going to go through 4 blank spots. Okay, the next step is you're then going to go through and then work out which are the ones that really stand out for me, okay? And then from that list, that short list, then you're going to choose the top 5 values, okay? And the top 5 values, remember, are what is most important to you right now. So I hope that helps. I just want to share something with you. This Thursday, we have a new initiative. It's called Live It Now in the Park. It is free. It is part of our commitment to be able to get out there and create a healthy community. It starts at 6:30 a.m. It's at Curl Park in Manly. You're more than welcome. It's totally free. We run every single month. And we're just really building an incredibly healthy community. So if you're around and you're awake at that time in the morning on Thursday, this Thursday, it's Pittwater Road, 277 Pittwater Road, Curl Park, Manly. We would love to see you there. But if we don't see you there, I hope you have a wonderful week, and remember to live it now.